guys, today I'm going to be working on my headers for my big block 496 race motor for my boat. While it's at the machine shop, I thought, what better time than to cut these things apart and try to make them a little better. Right now they curl up over the valve cover, and it makes it really hard to take the valve covers off and then run the lash on the valves. I thought, since I have this motor in the garage, I'll use it as kind of a stand and kind of to work off of, because this is a junk motor. This motor came out of a day cruiser that we picked up, traded a 78 El Camino for. You'll see that in some upcoming stuff, hopefully. We got to do a lot of work to that. But this motor is garbage, so don't feel like I'm, welding on it. Oh, you're going to ruin it or whatever. But so if you look down in here in the valley, you got a couple of cracks right here and right here on this one. So don't feel like I'm, if I'm welding on it or whatever, don't feel like I'm going to ruin it, because it is junk. So in other news, we were at the Home Depot and these were on sale. And this toolbox is not long for this world. So I think we're going to try to convert everything over into these pack outs since we got such a good deal on it. So my lovely lady is going to be working on that, and I'm going to be working on these headers. Not only am I trying to clean up this area to prep for whatever I end up doing, whether I add extensions or just pie cut them and turn them down to roll these out. This has got some ceramic coating on it. It's not really held up very well over the years, but I gotta take it all off in order to weld the new pieces on there. So. So I marked this tubing at 1 7/8 because at 2 inches it was just a little too long. So now I'm going to make some circles. We'll come right onto that mark there. Line up our doodad paper here. And we could tape this or do whatever we want, We don't need to do that. We don't need to get all fancy. So I'm going to put it on the bandsaw since I don't have any other way to cut stuff at this shop garage thing that we call Rad Boat Racing. So just like that, and then we'll move it down the line. To knock the burrs off of it because I don't have my handy tool that I have at work. So my bandsaw did not work. I don't know what the heck. So I had to use a cutoff wheel. It's not ideal. They're not straight. They're whatever, but I plan on putting them kind of inside those pipes, and then we'll adjust the flange, because if you look at the flange, they're like 1.125 inches, and so I'll get a flare. I got a flaring tool that I'll grab, and we'll flare them, and then we'll adjust this how we want it, and then we'll weld it on there and lop those off. So if you got like comments and stuff, go ahead and put them in. Whatever, you know. I'm trying my best. We're ballers on a budget over here. So if you look at this one, I've got this gap here. It's a little more than I want, and this one doesn't. It's because I bought this tool at Harbor Freight, $19, you know, works pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in there and just give this just a little bit of encouragement to fit in there just a little better, more like that, you know, so we don't have that gap, because they're all just a little different. So I think if I just put it in there and then we're going to try to line them up all the way across, make it work. Okay, I think we got a pretty tight fit on all of them. Kind of makeshift straight edge here. Good enough. Yeah, good enough for what we going on. We'll tack them in place, and then we'll spread them some more to fit that. So we got them all tacked up, and I've been spreading them. Still got a little ways to go. You can see the gaps in them, but we're getting closer. We're going to cut off the excess once we figure out where we want that set at, but it's looking pretty good. Okay, so I'm eyeballing the flange with the tubes of the header, because we want them to be straight out the back of the boat. And if we make sure the flange matches the tubes, that means it shouldn't be right or left of the motor, allegedly. And then we know what angle we cut these at, so we bring it out 1.5 inches and then roll it just ever so slightly up right here and down on the backside. Then that should roll the header out. And then we'll just buzz those in. I'll give them all a tack, and then if you look here, we've still got some gappage there. So we'll tack it on the tight side and then continue to spread them until we like them. So we got those flanges nice and tight now. So we'll just buzz them around the bottom on both sides. Call this one done. After I cut all the excess off, of course. I went ahead and tightened this side up so you can kind of get more of a general idea of what's going on here. So you see the gap, this thing just like rolls up over top of there. And then I tighten this side up too, you know, so now it's straight up and down. We have room for days. Not so much. So now we'll cut this side, Make it match that side, and go broom. And there we go. One set of headers fixed. That'll be way better for lashing valves and stuff when you're in a rush. Make sure everything's good instead of fighting the valve covers every time just because of the headers. So that's going to be great. Super excited. All right. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.